Y'all see that West Virginia is trying to bribe the people. What up, y'all? This Octavius Great coming through with another video. Been a few days, so I'm back with the jump off, as they say. So, title. This off of BBC on the U.S. and Canada section. West Virginia to give young people a $100 bond to get vaccine. All right. The payment is designed to motivate 16 to 35-year-olds to get vaccinated. West Virginia says it hopes the payment for those aged 16 to 35 will motivate them to get the jab. Our kids today probably don't really realize just how important they are in shutting this thing down, State Governor Jim Justice said on Monday. West Virginia has been among the top U.S. states for vaccination rates, but progress has slowed in recent weeks. There are particular concerns that younger people may be more hesitant about receiving the jab. The essential means those who are vaccinated within the age group can retrieve the $100 plus interest at a later date. It will also be offered to anyone aged 16 to 35 who has already been vaccinated. West Virginia has the 16th highest rate of new coronavirus cases per person among U.S. states, according to the New York Times. About 52% of its 1.5 million eligible residents have received at least one dose, Governor Justice said, but he added some 40% of the population might be hesitant about getting the jab. I'm trying to come up with a way that's truly going to motivate them and us to get over the hump, he added. The payments will be funded by a $1.9 trillion coronavirus relief package known as CARES that came into law in the U.S. last month. The governor said the state had vetted this in every way to ensure the funds can legitimately be used for the saving bonds. Studies have shown young adults are more likely to be hesitant about getting the COVID-19 vaccine than their elders. Some 25% of U.S. adults aged 18 to 29 say they want to wait and see before getting a jab, compared to just 7% of those aged over 65, according to a survey by the Kaiser Family Foundation conducted last month. Everyone in the U.S. over 16 is now eligible to be vaccinated. Just over half of all U.S. adults have now received at least one dose, reports the Center for Disease Control, the CDC. All right, let's talk about it right quick. Now, just let you know that they're kind of desperate because y'all offered out money to get people to sit up here and motivate them to get this jab. And on top of it, just call it what it is, a shot. Why y'all want to call it a jab? I know why. It's a shot. And then half the time, especially like dealing with these celebrities, and they do up close, some people like to zoom in and be up close. Half of the time, it look like they ain't even getting a jab. It's just a needle that disappears. Look that up. They got those type of things. The fake needles. They got them. Just look it up. So, 16 to 35, let's break it down. 16 to 25, they do their little group first. Now, behind children, they are the second healthiest group of people in the world because their immune system is still very high. It's not as high as children, but their immune system is very high. It's very rare that you hear teenagers and young adults get sickly like that. Even when it came down to this whole pandemic, you haven't really heard that 16 to 35-year-olds got devastated through this. A lot of groups got devastated, but mainly dealing with the senior citizens. So you got to ask yourself, 16 to 35 years old. In 20 years, that'd be the 36, 55 squad. Those be the type of group that have, depending on what goes on in the world, voting power, buying power, retirement age, people who be able to build stocks and bonds. Now, you will get this group this so-called jab and everything, and stuff end up being side effects down the road. That's a whole generation messed up. Easier to control, easier to destroy. Just think about that. Because you got to say, okay, some people showing adverse side effects. Some people are not. But at the end of the day, the fact that at least one person showing a side effect, it could be 1 in a million, 1 in 100,000, 1 in 10,000. It doesn't matter. It's still one in their particular group that has a side effect. That means others can get side effects. Not right now. 6 months from now, a year from now, 4 years from now. So I just think it's foolish, for real. I don't blame young adults for being hesitant because one, you're young. We're young. Like, why in the world should I sit here and be overly fearful when I don't get sick like that? Now, if I'm being social distant, doing my social distancing, and if I'm sitting up here keeping myself clean, staying out the way, my health is cool. Especially in this whole year time, and you gotta sit up and think about it for yourself. Have you been sick? Have you had anything major going on? Some people, families have been affected, but overall, majority of the people, have y'all been sick or have y'all been put down by this virus? Okay, so let's see. And the thing is, too, what even more funny about the shit, y'all ain't even giving them the 100 right there and there. You talking about $100 plus interest at a later date. I'm like, if you really trying to motivate people, bitch, give me my money right now. Don't sit here and talk about a later date. A later date, I might be dead. You know, and then on top of it, you got different reports about the Johnson & Johnson had an issue, and now they're reinstating it, even though people are having side effects. All right, they reinstate that. What else going on? They're trying to push these vaccine passports. And it's just, all the stuff is done. And now you got the CDC or Joe Biden basically said, if you vaccinated, you ain't got to wear a mask outside. 9 times out of 10, most people wasn't wearing masks outside. Some people were, but most people wasn't wearing the mask over their nose and over their mouth. They might have it on their chin just to pull it up once they enter a store. Or they might have it on because they forgot that they had it on because they left out of a store. But for real, people were doing that already. Nobody's looking for no permission for that. And if you are looking for permission for that, good luck to you, because you sitting up here and letting the government tell you what to do when it has been proven time and time again, year after year, decade after decade, century after century. This country is nothing but full of liars, thieves, charlatans, and all type of things in between that mean nobody no good, no matter what your color or what your race. You know, they care about a particular group of white people. But not all you white people. Don't you understand that? But nope, you don't. No, you don't. So they don't get majority of the people corralled in. They're going to sit here and attack the minority who don't care about this virus or who don't believe the story that is being narrated throughout the world, even though it's plenty of proof everywhere, no matter what IG, Facebook, or anybody else does, no matter what kind of little what you want to call a disclaimer they put up there, is not going to dismiss the fact that people have witnessed the narrative being wrong. Why haven't there been millions of people dead in the street? Why hasn't half the population died? Because this was so intense when it first happened, as they made it seem, that people supposed to have fell out and died like how they did on the Planet of the Apes, but obviously did not. People still walking around. This pretty much people died at the rate the same way as the flu. That just made it even worse, made it a bigger scene because of the media, because people didn't know. Secondly, all the propaganda that been put down into it. Different stories, Fauci giving you different stories. They sit here playing everybody. And then the one video I seen, and this is going to be one of the last things I say, because I know this video running 8 minutes. Let me hurry up. I seen the video on IG basically talking about how everybody try to shut down calling the virus a Wuhan virus. But now that we got these different strains, so-called mutation now, they call it the Britain strain, the Indian strain. So how does that work? Why don't you just call this a mutation? It just, this is a strain, or give it a number instead of giving it a country name, but y'all had an issue with it being called the Wuhan or the Chinese virus. That where it originated, there were ground zero was it. So if it's ground zero, what am I going to call it? The Wuhan virus. If it happened in Dubai, it would be the Dubai virus. If it happened in London, it would be the London virus. So they just sit up here trying to play this game. And on top of it, when has China ever take responsibility for anything they have done in the world? You see, they got many people in their back pocket in this country. So they're just a little extra. So y'all look into that. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, enjoyed hearing my voice. Just letting y'all know what I thought. And my name is Octavius the Great. Hey, follow, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that. It's the Great Octavius on IG. Octavius the Great on Facebook, even though I'm in Facebook jail. And Octavius the Great on Twitter. So y'all check me out. Let me know what you think and have a wonderful day.